देखे क्रिकेट टीवी जहां मिलने लगी क्रिकेट की सारी बातें जहां जोश भी है जहां होश भी है जहां क्रिकेट है आओ देखे क्रिकेट टीवी।
हेलो एंड वेलकम टू अनदर एक्साइटिंग एपिसोड ऑफ क्रिकेट टीवी जहाँ पे हम क्रिकेट प्रेमी इकट्ठे होते हैं और क्रिकेट के बारे में बात करते हैं। आई एम प्रिया जोशी विद हेतवी पटेल, मिस्टर नारायण पसारी एंड मिस्टर निखिल मुरसावाला। और आज हम रिव्यू करेंगे प्रीव्यू करेंगे एशिया कप जो कि खेला जा रहा है इंडिया वर्सेस पाकिस्तान के बीच में आज यूएई में। तो इसके बारे में बात करते हैं। दोनों टीम्स काफी बार खेल चुकी हैं एशिया कप में एंड सिंस द इंसेप्शन इन 1984 दोनों टीम्स फाइनल में एक बार भी साथ नहीं आई है। बट ओवरऑल दे प्लेड टुगेदर 18 मैचेस जहां पे इंडिया जो है वो ज्यादातर मैचेस जीते हैं। तो वील स्टार्ट विद हेतवी, योर कमेंट्स ऑन द मैच दैट इज गोइंग टू बी प्लेड टुडे।
So even when I'm a cricket enthusiast, I'm Team India today, definitely,
Yes, obvious.
100%. But I think this match it will test India's true, their spinners, if they were really that good, or was it the
Hmm.
pitch, or was it UAE team not being very efficient? So I think पाकिस्तान के साथ खेलेंगे तो थोड़ा बैलेंस रहेगा। पाकिस्तान की टीम काफी नई है। I
Hmm.
think a lot of new players, even I have
Yes.
not heard.
Yeah.
They are not playing couple of really good players today with Babar Azam and Rizwan. They are not playing them. So I think उनका top order थोड़ा shaky है. So that will be seen. But yeah, that's about it.
Yes. Nikhil sir.
Ask Narayan start. I'll speak after that.
Sure. नारायण सर काफी नए प्लेयर्स हैं पाकिस्तान की टीम में, सो व्हाट वुड यू से अबाउट टुडेज मैच?
सो ऐसा है कि अगर आपने पहला मैच देखा पाकिस्तान का,
हम्म।
तो पाकिस्तान ने ओमान को 93 रन से हराया। लेकिन उनके दो ओपनर जो सैम अबूब है और उनके जो कैप्टन है सलमान आगा, दोनों ही जीरो पे आउट हुए।
हम्म।
और ओनली उनके विकेट कीपर है हारिस, उन्होंने कुछ एक 66 का एक
Yes,
स्कोर किया।
it's
बाकी 23-22 वाले लोग थे। मतलब 160 रन अगेंस्ट ओमान, मेरे को लगता है बहुत सब स्टैंडर्ड स्कोर होना चाहिए
हम्म।
कम से कम। हालांकि निखिल बोल रहा था कि 180-200 का स्कोर है, तो स्टिल अगेंस्ट एन ऑपोजिशन ऑल्सो इट इज टू बी मेजर्ड कि अगर ऑपोजिशन ओमान है या यूएई है तो इंडिया एंड पाकिस्तान शुड स्कोर 200 प्लस अकॉर्डिंगली इफ यू आर बैटिंग फर्स्ट। आप जैसे अभी निखिल ने कहा था कि स्पिनर्स टुक चार्ज एंड दे गॉट गुड विकेट्स। अगर आप देखोगे शाहीन अफरीदी ऑल्सो वेंट विकेटलेस अगेंस्ट द ओपनर्स। उनको एक विकेट लास्ट में मिली थी जो कि शाह फैजल की थी, वो भी एक रन वाली। सो ही वाज नॉट टू हिज स्टैंडर्ड विच इज देयर, क्योंकि हो सकता है पिच का एक बहुत बड़ा इसमें योगदान रहा हो। उनके जो स्पिनर्स हैं, रिस्ट स्पिनर्स है दोनों, अबरार और सुफाइन कुरैशी, वो भी इतने इफेक्टिव नहीं है जितने अपने स्पिनर्स इफेक्टिव रहे हैं। तो ये अपने लिए इंडियन बैट्समैन के लिए के हिसाब से भी ठीक है कि दे कैन इंडियन बैट्समैन प्ले स्पिनर्स वेरी वेल, अगेन दे अंडरस्टैंड स्पिन। तो उनके लिए भी अगर उनके स्पिनर्स अच्छे काम नहीं कर रहे तो इट्स अ पॉजिटिव साइन फॉर इंडिया। एंड पिच लाइकली टू बी स्लो होगा मेरे ख्याल से। तो एक ये भी हो सकता है, अगर अपन रिकॉर्ड देखें इंडिया का उनका, तो अगर आप देखोगे लास्ट 5 मैचों में स्कोर 3-2 रहा है, 3 इंडिया जीती है, 2 वो जीते हैं, और एशिया कप में 2-1 रहा है। लेकिन एक यूनिक बात है कि तीनों मैच में विनिंग वाज बाय 5 विकेट्स इन ऑल द 3 मैचेस, विच इंडिया हैज वन 2 एंड पाकिस्तान हैज वन 1। मीरपुर में भी 5 का रहा, उसके बाद दुबई अगस्त में भी 5 का रहा, सितंबर में भी 5 का रहा। तो वो देखते हैं हाउ इट वर्क्स आउट। वी आर आर्च राइवल्स एंड लेट्स सी हाउ इट वर्क्स आउट। विल टेक दिस अदर थिंग्स लेटर ऑन। निखिल।
I think if you see from a base bowling perspective, any base bowler who does not use the pitch will be successful. So if you see Bumrah's 1 wicket that he took in the first match, he didn't use the pitch. He bowled a Yorker, and he took the off stump or the middle stump off from a pure Yorker. So it didn't bounce. He didn't use the pitch at all. It was more his angle and the pace at which he bowls that beat the batsman. If we watch yesterday's match, Sri Lanka Bangladesh match, the same thing happened. Patirana was using the pitch. and he was hit all over the place. Shamira was not using the pitch. Shamira was bowling mostly Yorkers. And bowling mostly good length or more than good length. Or no, almost like bowling onto at the crease where the batsman is playing, or a Yorker. So when a pace bowler does not use the pitch, which is not helping him, and he's able to do that without his pace, which Bumrah has, and his angle of bowling, which again Bumrah has, I think Bumrah should play a good part in, as Hitvi said, the openers and the raw people out there at the top order in Pakistan's batting lineup. And they haven't played Bumrah before. Now, if it was Rizwan or if it was Babar Azam, they have experience of playing Bumrah before in many matches. This is a new combination that's coming there. And for them to face a bowler like Bumrah, it's going to be difficult with whatever type of pitch it may be. And then a high pressure match, right? There's a lot of screaming, shouting, press, media. So I think Bumrah should play this match irrespective of his workload management. And he will, I think, because the way he's a very clever bowler. We all know that. He's a smart shooter. He's a thinking bowler. He just doesn't use his pace, raw pace. He uses intelligent pace. I think that is something that will help us. Spinners, of course, it goes without saying the pitch is going to help. And so I think the Kuldeep Yadav is going to work magic around these batsmen who are raw. So, but all in all, I think Bumrah should play a good role in today's with his ability to bowl Yorkers almost every other ball.
Yeah.
I would like to add here that Bumrah will be the man to watch in this match. उन्होंने बाकी भी प्रीवियस दो मैचेस जो थी पाकिस्तान के सामने ना, ही हैड टर्न द मैच फॉर इंडिया फ्रॉम अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट पोजीशन. पहला आप देखोगे तो अक्टूबर 2023 में अहमदाबाद के अंदर उन्होंने पूरा टर्न किया. फिर अपने जून 2024 में न्यूयॉर्क के अंदर वर्ल्ड कप के अंदर वहां से भी उन्होंने पाकिस्तान को इंडिया को एकदम जहां डिफिकल्ट वहां तो बहुत ही स्लो था 119 और 116 ये तो हार्डली 6 रन विक्ट्री फॉर देयर इन न्यूयॉर्क देखा जाएगा तो. सो I fully agree what Nikhil is saying. कि Bumrah is the man to watch and his first 3 overs अगर at a stance अगर Sky देंगे would be the match will be those overs to match
Hold
for
that thought.
today's match.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. You said first 3 overs, and I think this is where I have a slight issue with the captaincy. I think in the first match, I didn't understand why Bumrah was given the third over and on the trot. You cannot do that to him, not in these conditions. And you saw what happened in the third over, right? He was taken to he was some 10 runs or something. He was hit. He didn't take any wickets against a batsman, a batting quality of Oman. So I think there has to be a little bit of thought going behind what we do with Bumrah. And I think in the condition where it's hot and it's humid and it's heat sapping, and you didn't need to bowl it. You were playing against Oman. It's not that you were playing against a very tough team and you wanted Bumrah to take a wicket at that point of time because you're defending a small score or something. ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. तो मुझे लगता है against Pakistan also, he should use Bumrah. Sky should use Bumrah in short spurts. Short meaning either 1 over or max 2 overs at a stretch, but not 3 because the third over he comes in tired, he comes in sweating, he comes in not at his 100% best. And I don't think he should bowl 3 overs at a trot. That's my input.
पहले मैच में क्या हुआ होगा कि we had only 2 frontline pace bowlers. We did not have the third pacer there. Like Arshdeep was not there. इसलिए मेरे को लगता है कि पहले वाले मैच में अगेंस्ट यूएई उसको 3 ओवर्स कराए होंगे क्योंकि बाद में उनको लगा कि बचेगा ही नहीं कुछ तो क्या ओवर करके फायदा भी मिलेगा.
हो सकता है. That begs the question then who will bowl the death overs? Because if you're using Bumrah initially and then if suppose overs number 18, 19, 20 become crucial and because the other team is chasing or you want to control the score, then Bumrah's already got his 3 overs done. And so at 18, 19, 20, if you don't have somebody like Bumrah coming in, you have a problem. Because so I think that aspect of who's against you and what is the strength of the tail end and what is the strength of the lower middle order of the opposite batting team becomes very crucial. Because if you don't have Bumrah coming in at 18 and 20 or 17 and 19, which he normally does, I think that 17 and 19, these 2 overs are very, very critical in a T20. Especially if the opposite team has preserved its wickets and then let's say 4 overs, 4 wickets or 5 wickets at that point of time. and the middle order, low middle order and tail, which have big hitters are there, then you have an issue. So I think that's something that Sky will have to calculate, keep in his mind before he gives that third over to Bumrah on the trot.
Possibly he must be looking at Hardik Pandya for those three last 2 overs, basically. No,
But
because
then,
Hardik has been tried and tested for those overs. If you see all these years, वो 17, 19, 18, 20 में डालता ही रहता है. हो सकता है वो थॉट हो. प्लस क्या है, ये टीम भी बहुत वीक थी ना, तो ही कुड ट्राइड. जैसे आपने कहा पहले भी कि अपने कुछ भी प्लेयर्स खेल सकते हैं, ट्राई कर सकते हैं, लुकिंग एट द ऑपोजिशन ऑल्सो बेसिकली. बट देन आई एग्री विद यू कि 2 ओवर दे के फिर लास्ट 2 में ट्राई करना चाहिए, या बीच में एक ओवर डलवा देना चाहिए. लुकिंग एट द स्कोर्स एट दैट पॉइंट.
Hetvi, what would you say about the Park openers? Because last time उन्होंने अच्छा perform नहीं किया था. So any comments about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's shaky. We don't know how they play, or if they play this time, we don't know. I mean, I don't think so. They will. They are quite not seasoned well right now.
जी. Narayan sir, would you like to say anything about the Pakistan team?
नहीं, नई टीम है. उन्होंने एक नया कोच भी लिया है बीच में. अगर आप देखो कि बाकी भी उन्होंने अभी जो अदर टूर्नामेंट्स खेले हैं, उन्होंने आई थिंक 10 एक मैच खेले हैं, 10 एक मैच जीते हैं 14 मैच में से. So they are doing quite well. They are gelling. They have a good coach now. Looking at the new things, they are also trying the next gen of players to come ahead. तो हर जगह पे वो वैसे हो रहा है. तो I think it should be good. But one point which I would like to discuss and ask Nikhil is, if the pitch is likely to play slow and low like it was, do you think India will play the same willing 11, or there will be a chance for Asdeep to take his 100th wicket?
I'm not very sure because Harshdeep will not will it the who. I think the question is not whether you want to play Harshdeep. The question is whom you want to drop from the 11. And I think not because the batting was not tested during the first match. You would be, it would not be fair on any player to be dropped because nobody failed. Everybody played well. So I don't see the team changing for this particular match. I think they'll continue with the same 11 unless Gautam Gambhir has, he has this ability to think out of the box, something like Mahendra Singh Dhoni used to do. And he would come up with something that you and I could never anticipate, like Sanju Samson coming in and only one pace bowler being there, spearhead. When we played, I think a 3-3-4-3-3, or three all-rounders, three spinners, four batsmen, and one pace bowler as the combination. And that's a odd combination. Like you could do that with Oman. Now we're going to do it with Pakistan. I think you can afford to do that because Pakistan, as Hetvi keeps on saying, and I agree with her, the raw batting there. And you can afford to have a slightly weak paced attack and have a more focus on the spinner side. But one thing I want to say is that an India-Pakistan match brings out the best in both the teams. So an average team will play above average. An above average team will play excellent because the pressure point and the prestige of winning the match. But let's not underestimate this Pakistan team. I think they have the ability to play out of the skin, and especially in a winter like Dubai, because there is a huge diaspora there of Pakistan, which will be rooting for them. It's not just the Indian diaspora there. So you will have a massive diaspora there that will support the local support and new talent wanting to prove themselves, hungry for success, hungry to prove that yes, we did something that our predecessors could not do. We did better. It's going to be a humdinger. I don't see any one-sided. I don't see anybody giving in. Even an inch. And I think so. India will have to be at their best to really beat this Pakistan team, and they should not take anything for granted. And I think that they should bring out. Again, I would look at Shivam Dubey. I would look at somebody like Sky to perform because they are उनका खतरा है उनकी जगह को खतरा है. मैंने पहले भी बोला था पहले प्रोग्राम में कि ये दो लोगों को खेलना पड़ेगा. और शिवम दुबे का जो 3 विकेट था डिस्काउंटेड कंप्लीटली अगेंस्ट ओमान. दैट इज नॉट अ परफॉर्मेंस. आज परफॉर्म करना पड़ेगा उसको.
करेक्ट. और सर अभी बॉयकॉट की भी काफी न्यूज आ रही है, तो वन क्वेश्चन टू ऑल ऑफ यू के आप क्या मैच देखने वाले हैं एंड व्हाट आर योर कमेंट्स ऑन द बॉयकॉट ऑफ सर्टेन सेक्शन ऑफ द फैंस? वील स्टार्ट विद हेतवी.
Yeah, I think like Nikhil sir said, we are here as a cricket enthusiast and not necessarily, because it's being played. The players are playing. It has been approved, so कोई issue नहीं है. Things happen. It's part and parcel of life. The game must go on, and I think I'll watch the match. Yes.
नारायण सर.
सो दोनों टीम हैं, दोनों राइवल हैं, बोथ ऑन एंड ऑफ द फील्ड. और क्या है, the if the teams when they are playing on a ground and they don't see a full house, जो कि usually होता है between these two teams, tickets get booked well in advance and there's a full house, 24-25 हजार का स्टेडियम है खाली, तो भर के उनको भी मजा आता है गेम खेलने का. So there are certain sections of people who are forcing a boycott for reasons, but I think so. It should be a full house today also. And there is huge, diaspora of from both the sides available in UAE. So let's see how it works out, basically. But yeah, Nikhil first, and then I have certain comments.
So I think no, there is a certain logic behind people who say that we should not play with the country that has a certain agenda that is harmful to us, and so why do we have this relationship? And then the other side of the story is also there that if you want to build bridges with somebody, अगर आपको कहीं शुरुआत करनी है कि भाई हम हमारी दुश्मनी हमें खत्म करनी है, जो दुश्मनी जो है, और जियो पॉलिटिकली आज सिचुएशन भी ऐसा है दुनिया में, और ये राजनीति प्रोग्राम नहीं है, राजनीति का प्रोग्राम से ज्यादा नहीं बोलूंगा, लेकिन अगर जियो पॉलिटिकल इश्यू का अगर इशू फैक्टर है जो आज की तारीख में, तो यू कैन नॉट अफोर्ड टू हैव ऑल योर नेबर्स एज योर एनिमीज. यू मस्ट बी एबल टू बिल्ड ब्रिजेस. पड़ोसी के साथ अगर आप झगड़ा करते रहोगे, और अगर आपका दोस्त, जैसे अगर बम्बई का एग्जाम्पल, तो मैं रहता हूँ बांद्रा में, मैं झगड़ा कर रहा हूँ मेरे पड़ोसी के साथ, मेरा दोस्त है बोरीवली में, तो मुझे सपोर्ट करने कौन आएगा? तो मैं तो पहले कहूंगा कि अपने जो पड़ोसी है, ट्राई टू बिल्ड ब्रिजेस. आई एम नॉट सेइंग इग्नोर all the wrong things they are doing and let it go and turn your other cheek and get slapped. No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is maybe cricket is एक जरिया है जिससे कि हम एक पहला कदम ले सके, जिससे कि हम दुश्मनी को मिटाने की कोशिश करें. अब ये दुश्मनी मिटेगी नहीं मिटेगी, हमें आगे चल के भी और नुकसान होगा, क्योंकि पड़ोसी का जो एक रवैया है, राजनीतिक रवैया है, वो हमारे अगेंस्ट में है. उसमें हम ज्यादा, आप और हम क्या कह सकते हैं? हम तो आम नागरिक है इस देश के, और हम देश प्रेमी है, तो हम तो देश के बारे में ही बात करेंगे, देश के हित में ही सोचेंगे. लेकिन देश के हित में ये भी है कि एक प्रयास किया जाए कि हम कहीं ना कहीं दुश्मनी को खत्म करें. और अगर उसको प्रयास को अगर एक पहला कदम लेना है, तो मुझे लगता है कि दो जरिए, एक तो है मूवीज बॉलीवुड है, और एक है क्रिकेट. ये दोनों चीज ऐसी है जो हमारे दोनों देशों को एक तरह से जोड़ती है. एक कॉमन पैशन है. एक पाकिस्तान में पैशन है बॉलीवुड का, पाकिस्तान में पैशन है क्रिकेट का, इंडिया में पैशन है बॉलीवुड का, इंडिया में पैशन है क्रिकेट का. तो ये जो एक कॉमन लव है, एक कॉमन हमारा एक धर्म मानो आप, ये धर्म है हमारे लिए. तो अगर हम इस जरिए अगर एक कदम ले सकते हैं कि भैया चलिए जो हुआ सो हुआ, आगे बैठते हैं, हम दुश्मनी मिटाते. जियो पॉलिटिकली बहुत जरूरी है कि हम इसको कोशिश करें. इसलिए मैं सोचता हूँ कि ये जो आज का मैच है, इट शुड जस्ट बी अ सिंबल of our intention as a country to try and ensure that if we can do something to sort the problem out, here we are taking the first step. You also take another step. Let's see where it goes. That's what I would say.
नारायण.
But both Gambhir and Sky, missed the pre-match press conference yesterday, and they fielded our fielding coach ran, उसको field किया गया. He also was good in his thoughts. I could read about what he says. He says we are all cricketers. We should be playing on the field first. Let everything to be done. Even Anurag Thakur, your ex-sports minister, also mentioned कि अगर इंडिया नहीं खेलती है तो अपने पॉइंट चले जाएंगे, मैच अपन टूर्नामेंट में नहीं जीत पाएंगे. ही वाज इन हिज लॉजिक वर्किंग आउट. एंड एडिंग टू व्हाट निखिल सेड वाज Atal Bihari Vajpayee also started the bus diplomacy, years
Mhm.
when he was
Yeah.
the prime minister. He went by bus to Pakistan, to bridge the bridges actually. सो ये सब है. एक पॉइंट मेरे को निखिल से और पूछना था कि अगर इफ वी हैव द सेम प्लेइंग 11, which point of voting batting position would Samson play in the tournament, because उनके जो स्टार्टिंग ओपनर या एक नंबर 4 पे जो स्कोर्स है ना, वो नीचे में नहीं है, और वो नीचे थोड़े से वनरेबल है रिस्क स्पिनर्स के साथ. सो इन दैट सिनेरियो, व्हाट डू यू फील शुड बी हिज पोजीशन?
That is most vulnerable position. You have to play him at his most vulnerable position. I would put him at 6 because I think the top part is cemented. You can't fool around with Shubman Gill and Abhishek Sharma opening the batting. Tilak Verma at number 3, Sky at number 4. I think that is sealed. You cannot touch. Okay? You cannot touch that for a Sanju, who's 31 years old. Because here you have people who are 25, 26, 27, 25, 26, who are the future of India. Don't fool around with that. You want Sanju. He did good, great wicket keeping, by the way. I mean, one thing in favor of Sanju. I mean, that one save that it from Bumrah, that it was bowled on the leg side, was flying over to the boundary. He stopped that. And then one catch he took of Shivam Dubey to give Shivam Dubey the third wicket was brilliant. So his keeping behind the stumps, it doesn't show that he's 30, 31. He looks like an 18-year-old jumping here and there. But at the same time, I think from a batting perspective, if our top order fails and you need somebody down there who is mature, who is evolved, who has the ability to hit, I think there's nobody better than Sanju. He may not have succeeded in the past. That is not a criteria according to me. If you're a good cricketer, if you're a good batsman, you will play anywhere and you will play for the team. So I think I would in Sky's position and Gautam Gambhir's position slot Sanju somewhere at anywhere between 5 and 8, but not
See,
in the top 4.
And he's also a good, and as a wicket keeper, he's very good at telling the captain when to take a review, when not to take a review. In that match also, he told not to take that review, but still we took the review and we lost.
Yes.
He's not as good as KL Rahul. I think KL Rahul he's the best wicketkeeper I've seen other than Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who has that eye for
Minute.
1 centimeter difference or not. But he's good. He's definitely good, and his guidance definitely helps them.
Ketvi, you were saying something?
I think today even like you said कि गौतम गंभीर और कैप्टन क्या सोचेंगे पता नहीं है, but I think Tilak Verma will be adjusted according to the situation again. I don't think he'll come at 3 this time as well. These are flexible positions.
That's a good point you make. But again, I think, when somebody young like Tilak Verma is there, and you fool around with him, I think that's doing a disservice to him because you have to slot him and you have to prepare him for a position. Now, it's only when you have played for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, then you can go, like say Rishabh Pant, for example. I don't mind if you fool around with the Rishabh Pant. We put him at 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, and ask him to open the innings. He has that maturity, he has evolved as a cricketer. He can adjust. Tilak Verma is still finding his feet. He's still not there. So you can't throw a small baby into the deep end, sit जाओ तैर लो हम देखेंगे बाद में आप डूब जाओ तो डूब जाओ. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. वो करेंगे वो अलग है, क्योंकि गौतम गंभीर has a mind of his own, Sky has a mind of his own. They will do what they think is best. But I think doing that will be a big disservice to Tilak Verma. He should not be fooled around with Sanju Samson. Do it because he's a seasoned campaigner and he has every chance of succeeding in whichever position you put him in.
So I think we're all ready to watch the match today. Any other comments from all three of you?
Oh, I think let's all watch it as good cricket enthusiasts and not worry about geopolitical
Yes.
issues. Look at the match, watch the match for the quality of cricket, for the love of cricket, and for the love of the game. That's about it.
And for the love of India.
And for the love of the country. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you all of
Anything
you.
can
Yes, sir.
happen. Anything can happen on any day in any tournament. So
Yeah.
let the best team win. This is what said, and we should have the best climate to play.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you all of you for joining us today and we'll watch the match और जल्दी ही इसका रिव्यू करेंगे. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye. Enjoy.
आओ देखे किरकिट